Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, and we're back for some more Age of Wonders 3 today. I'm gonna keep going right from where I left off. I want to start with a comment from Sarah Feingold that I need to do before this episode. Suggested that I shift my focus towards sorcery, and I think that's a good idea. I was gonna research Degenerate next, because it is a very useful combat spell, but I've been also realizing that I'm trying to squeeze by without using combat spells, because I'm trying to use everything on summons anyway. So basically, my real bottleneck right now is casting points. So I think I'm just going to start working towards maxing out sorcery. So yeah, I think that's a good call. Thanks, Sarah. I'll switch that up. The other comments that I'm going to be going over, the next two I think I can talk about over the cycling through the next turn. One comes from Impregnable, suggested that I need to start making roads and maybe start working towards advanced logistics. I think roads, I'll definitely get the roads first. Advanced logistics probably will come after I've done more sorcery upgrades. I really want casting points first, but I do think building roads is a good idea. That's what this guy's going to do. And I got two cities finishing Masters Guilds in the next turn. This Orc one and this my Tigran city here is finishing a Masters Guild, and the Orc city up here is finishing a Masters Guild. So once those Masters Guilds are done, I will probably make some builders there too. I might actually make a builder in both cities now that I think of it. Maybe I should have queued one up just in case. Well, I'd rather get the autocomplete on a building anyway. But yeah, I might put some builders there. A lot of other feedback from you guys in general. One thing I do want to mention is that I'm going to be getting Zari back on this turn, and as a result, I'm going to be going after this magic library down here. Once Zari is back, I'll be summoning her, and I think I'm going to be shuffling around some items between Zari and the Necromancer. But one thing Blurry Intervention mentioned was to remember to try to Ghoul Curse the Evangelists in here, and I think that's a great idea. They would give me some much-needed healers, and because I'd be ghouling them, they wouldn't be dedicated to evil or anything, so that wouldn't be a problem. Evangelists are mind control immune, but if you have Ghoul Curse, that doesn't really matter. So we'll see if we can get some extra healers down here. They would also be really handy to have in my upcoming fight against the Bone Dragons and stuff over there. Other general feedback from this episode, we have... I'll start with actually comments from several people. There's some good pikemen city spots underground, so I might want to get more Tigrans or Draconians down there. Spots were suggested to me, including the area that Iggy's army just cleared, which is up here. As you can see, there's the Sphinx Temple here and the ancient ruins there. Oh crap. Oh crap. Okay, I was worried about those guys, I think. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to see what we can do. I might be able to cheese my way through this with some combat spells, but I don't want to, because I want to summon a Wisp on this turn to kill one of the bone camps that's spawning this stuff. We'll see. This might not be that bad if I can manage the dragon. Does the dragon have projectile resistance? Because I know a lot of bone-type units do. Like the Archons do. He does not. So I'm definitely going to want my elves shooting at him. I would like to try to draw out his breath attack early if I can. And that reaches 1, 2, 3... Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces in front of him. So if he moves here, 1, 2... I need the grid for this. He moves there, he could reach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He could reach all the way to where the elf archers are if he moves and then shoots the max distance on this turn. So, keeping in mind where the elf archers are, I probably want to back them up one space because they're weak to poison. And I'm going to move a Phantasm Warrior in the way just to hopefully still lure him into doing that. Leave these guys on the flanks like that, and hopefully the dragon's dumb and just goes for it, because then I could light him up. I could actually turn him around. He did. Okay, great. So at this point I could turn the dragon around and then just light him up with the elf archers, which is most likely what I'm going to do, but I want to see how much damage. Even then, they're still not going to do much. I have a couple options, though. Both of them are going to require risking my Node Serpents, which I don't not really thrilled about. But it may be worth it. I'm definitely not going to be able to save all the units in this battle. That's just not going to happen. But what I could do is summon or phase a Node Serpent behind him and then either sacrifice that one or put another one back there and just stick it on defense to watch its flank, which is what I think I'm going to do. Yeah, let's phase you here. And then hopefully he doesn't get panicked. He got panicked, okay. I should have expected as much, I suppose. That really didn't do a lot of damage to that dragon, did it? I could just run out there with this guy and try to absorb some of his action points. I think what I'll do is I'll stick him here on defense. The dragon might move to go after the elves, which I really hope it doesn't. I could always hit him once with the Phantasm Warrior. That would take away one of his... Actually, the dragon will most likely... Okay, I know what'll happen. If I put him on defense, but then phase this other one here like I was originally planning to do and put him on defense, this guy, I don't think they can go... Wait, can floating units go through... Oh crap, he can go through the trees. Oh dang it, never mind. Didn't think about that until after I moved him. I was trying to block this guy in so he couldn't leave. If he wasn't a floating unit, that would have worked, but he's floating, so he's still gonna try to run. Unless the dragon turns around. Okay, I think I'm gonna put these guys here and here. Because I'm assuming the dragon will still take the... Well, okay. If that guy runs, the dragon won't hit him. Unless the dragon attacks first, in which case he'll probably take the free hit. So in either case, the dragon shouldn't go after my elf archers here. The elves should be fine. Okay, yeah, he did just go for the cheap, easy kill on the nodes. Guess I can't blame him for that. Alright. I need you to move here. And we're gonna keep hitting that dragon with everything I've got. Maybe we could, like, not get panicked. That would be great. Everyone is panicked, okay? Well, considering this was a probable defeat, I guess I can't complain too much about the way this is going. Yeah, sure, go for the panicked unit. He didn't kill it still, though. Hey, you know what? I think I'm going to make it out of this with only losing one of those guys. I'll actually gladly take that. I want you to be the one to get the kill. What direction are those wraiths facing? I can't tell. Well, it's definitely that way, so... Sprint. Go around. And get the kill. There you go. Lost a Node Serpent, but I'm actually surprised that the other 5 made it out of that alive. I'll take that. And here comes the rest of the dragons. Got to get rid of these things. They're a menace. It's that camp, and that camp is actually just has a single wraith left in it. So on the next turn, it'll be completely undefended, and I can clear it with, like, I can summon a wisp there and clear it with something. It's the main problem is this dragon army still floating around. All right. So I'll carry on with the comments later. Most of them can be put on hold for the time being, so I'll get to them in between turns. But yeah, I think this army here, I'm going to keep moving up. I should have a settler here now, and that is going to go grab those haste berries and go straight up. Can actually move one more space. And we'll throw the Yeti in there. Let's see. I probably want the Yeti with that nice big army there. These guys need to... So the spot the city's going is probably right there. I need to get the fort up first. So go forward. And I forgot about that. I didn't even notice this here. Wow, I didn't even see that Spring of Life there. I thought that was like a marsh tile or something. Well, that's cool, because the Spring of Life will actually benefit it'll actually benefit the Ice Queens. So funny thing is that the Ice Queens are actually mounted, so they do benefit from the Spring of Life, even though they're riding in a chariot. That was something I was talking about in the comments with some people last episode. So yeah, I should be able to get the fort there, and then maybe, I don't know if I want to upgrade it first or not, but I'm definitely going to want to terraform some of those tiles. So yeah, you guys follow along, I guess, and we'll have the Yeti go as far as he can. Pretty much sending just a mess of units this way, because if the dragons show up, I just want all hands on deck to get rid of them. This area's got to be clear before I can really abandon it and let it. I want to clear. I got to clear all these structures. I want to clear out the dragons. Basically, this area, I'm kind of just rushing out here to get a city, and I'm worried that I'm going to overextend myself. But hopefully, with the glyphs of warding nearby on that other city, that's going to make things a lot easier. Okay, I got a new melee weapon for my goblin here, Iggy. No, wait, that's my necromancer. Okay, great news. We can get Zari back after all this time. So I'm going to put her here, actually. And you should go there, because I'm going to want them to trade some stuff. Now, Zari, I was saving hero upgrade points, and I still am, because at level 7, she's going to get convert and healing. So, what I want to do is give... Actually, crap, I should have... Zari doesn't have anything on her. I need Iggy's... I should have started sending that to the Necromancer on the last turn. That's okay. I want Zari to have her Spirit Wand back. So where is Iggy? Where did I leave my goblin? There he is. Yeah, you're going to have to give that back, bud. Give that to Zari. You know what? I'll just send the Boots of Goodwill, because I keep forgetting to give them to any of... Or I keep forgetting to swap those in and out on him. Okay. So Zari's got some items on the way that should get there in a couple turns. Fortunately, she doesn't really need them right now. Not going into one of these camps. I could give her a melee weapon from this guy. I could drop Gordham's Taunting Guisarm or whatever. Actually, I'm going to give her the better melee weapon here because of how I'm going to use her. So I'm going to drop this item on the ground. I'm going to give this guy his sword back, and I'm going to drop this book on the ground. If you notice, that also gives Black Bolt, so having Black Bolts and Inflict Ghoul Curse on this guy is redundant, because he has Black Bolts twice, basically. He doesn't need Black Bolts twice. So I'm actually going to drop this item on the ground and give that to Zari, because this guy can get Inflict Ghoul Curse anyway, because he's a Necromancer. So I'm going to do that, and then Zari can take that, which will make her melee a little better, which is how I'm going to have to use her in the upcoming battle. And then she has now Inflict Ghoul Curse, which is great. And then I can move up. I don't think I'm going to take the Nymph in on this battle. We'll take these guys. And that army... Oh wait, Zari can't move on this turn. Well, crap. I'm going to wait, because if there's Evangelists in here, I'll wait. I'll take a quick look. Yeah, there's a bunch of Evangelists in there, including a Goblin one, which is probably the one I want to try to get, since we're underground. We'll abort the attack. We'll wait for Zari to have enough movement to actually fight in there. I forgot that she can't move. in the first turn after I summon her. But that's okay. And we'll move these guys. You know, just in case something comes flying in and attacks the city, I'm going to move these guys down here because they're not going to be able to defend it by themselves. So, yeah, actually, maybe best to move them more like here since they're not going into the library anyway on the next turn. They're going to go the opposite direction. So, yeah, there we go. And select a skill to research. I will hold off on that, but it will most likely be another sorcery. I am now up at 95, which is great. Cabal produced the Master's Guild, and I am going to do a builder in there now instead of the hospital. We'll do the hospital next. Same thing with my Tigran City down here. We'll do the baths. No, wait, hang on. I should have actually just had the builder queued here because... Wait, did the city autocomplete production? Maybe it did. Because I thought I had a... No, it was working on a Master's Guild. I don't think it auto-completed production. I don't see it anywhere in the list, so... Unless I've already clicked through it and didn't even realize. But anyway, I'll do that, then we'll get public baths here. I just want builders kind of all over the place right now. I want to have more builders than I actually need. Okay, Seeker's Hood is done. We'll close that. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Items. So I went through and redid what I was doing here. So I finished the Seeker's Hood, and next up I have the Fairy Wand, which is going to give Fairy Fire. I've got the Quiver of Mortality. That's actually going to do +2 poison damage, +2 spirit damage, and projectile resistance. Which are 2/2 and then 1 respectively. It was either projectile resistance or shield, and I just decided to give them projectile resistance since they're ranged weapons. So basically what I'm doing here is this is a response to some suggestions in the comments from a few different people about what to do with ranged items, and actually realized that with Seeker you don't really need the longbows because Seeker makes your even wands act like longbows. So what I'm doing is the Fairy Fire Wand will give fire, frost, I think frost. It's either frost or shock. No, it is frost and shock. It'll give fire, frost, and shock damage. And then the quiver I'm getting will give spirit and poison damage. So I'll be doing all elements of damage with my range attacks if I use the wand. And then the Seeker's Hood will make sure that there's no line of sight penalties or distance range penalties for those. So basically I'm just making like super range units, and I'll give them to both my druid and my rogue, I think. In the meantime, this can go to probably first, I would say, the rogue, I think, because he doesn't have a longbow. So it benefits him more, I think. Because he can at least ignore that ranged penalty. So we'll send that his way. Also, it looks like I've got a new hero join offer. Who is this guy? A halfling rogue? I already have a rogue. Sorry. Acquire another type of hero. Alright. Observatory is done here. It was pointed out to me that this city would be kind of maybe a good spot to make some pikeman units. This is one of them because of the enchanted armory and the ancient ruins down there. It does need to grow a bit for that, though. And what I actually think I will probably am more likely to do with this city is make dwarf forge priests, because if I'm not mistaken, they're armored, and I have a magic library here, so they would benefit from the crystal tree in the magic library. Which actually, if I can get some stuff down there to clear that, I could do that sooner rather than later. But I don't really have an army in the area capable of doing that right now. So I think I'll just keep kind of generally upgrading this one towards Grand Palace, because those casting points are still always useful. It was pointed out to be by Impregnable that I probably should be mindful of how much dirt I'm digging out down here, because dwarf cities actually do like dirt. So that's a fair point. And I think what I'll do in that case is actually just start working on the tunnel that I was going to have going to some of my other cities, more in this direction. I'm going to have him dig down. It looks like there's rock walls mixed in there, so we'll see how much in the way that is. This city I'm going ahead and moving towards the yeah, I'm just moving this one towards Phantasm, or towards the Dwarf Firstborns, I think was the plan here. Yeah, I'm going to continue with that. So the barracks is up next, and then I should probably have something in here. Maybe a sorcerer's conflux or something, I don't know. Maybe I'll just stick public baths in, but I'll probably undo that for the sake of building another building that gets me closer to firstborns instead. Siege Workshop is done here. Next in queue, public baths. I'm kind of just working on getting public baths can be done in 2 turns. So I'm going to keep working on this city, on helping it grow as quickly as possible. The sooner I can get it to reach that magic library, the sooner I'll start making Draconian apprentices. Speaking of the magic library, that's what the Druid is on her way to do, but she's going to take a pit stop at this one first, possibly clearing this as well. As a matter of fact, oh crap, I missed that. I meant to go down there with those other armies and get that, but they've already passed it. So maybe the Druid's army will have to make a pit stop there. There's not really a hurry on getting to this magic library because it's going to take that city some time to grow. So I guess that's okay. We'll have the Druid make a little detour. So for now, go here. And probable victory, but I do have that spirit resistance. I think I can manage this. So let's go ahead and... Oh, wait, hang on. Before I go in there, let's pick a low spell. Like, Invoke Extraordinary Amount is my lowest one. Let's pick that and try to cheese it so it gives me something better than Invoke Extraordinary Amount. Manual Combat, we'll do it. Alright. Alright, so I think I'm going to be in pretty good shape here. I'm going to try to get that Forge Priest first. I'm going to go ahead and buff her with Frozen Flames so she gets the damage boost. I'll get the Chilled. It won't do any fire because it's 100% fire resistant, but I can at least get that chilled. How much damage does that Sun Spear do? I'm wondering if I can maybe kill this guy in one go, but I don't think I can. We'll see. With some high rolls I could. Yeah, okay, I got it. Let's just get you out of the way. Now they can't convert the Evangelist can't convert the spiders, which is an advantage I have going into this. So I can put the spiders up front more. In fact, maybe even more up front than that. Put them like there. And they're very unlikely to convert the Saber-Tooth Chariot because of his natural spirit resistance. The Mammoth, on the other hand, could be converted, so I probably want to keep him out of their range. I would prefer they try... Actually, you know what? I'm going to try to lure them into converting the Saber-Tooth Chariot. But I think they may go after Hildy instead, which would kind of suck if they did. I'm going to let the combat move slowly here, because if they do convert anything, I want to know exactly who converted who. Alright, that one did waste his time on the Tigrin, which is great. That's what I wanted. Speed that up. And they don't convert, okay. So, no need to worry about any conversions just yet. There's that Draconian Evangelist in the back, who's using his range attack there. I am going to probably try to take out that Orc Evangelist next, I think. Which I should be able to do with... Could I possibly chill him? Did I stun him? No, but I did give him Frostbite, which is going to lower his defense, and that should allow my Druid to finish him off. Or, well, maybe not finish him off, but soften him up enough that... Oh, almost finished him off. Did she maybe do any other status effect? He's chilled. Nope, it's not going to do damage over time, so that won't kill him, unfortunately. I'll have to use one of the spiders. I think what I'll do is... Dang, I actually really Really would like to get rid of him here. You know what? He's just going to heal himself. And I don't want to risk running spiders out into the middle of all that crap out there. So I'm actually going to back off. We'll let him heal. And I'm sure one of the other evangelists will also waste their time healing him. So that's fine. I'm going to move this guy back here. And we'll play defense for now. Alright. Yeah, you go ahead and spend all your time healing. That's fine. I'm just gonna kill him on the next turn anyway. Because now he's got chilled, so he's gonna take even more damage from all this. Although he does have fire protection now. That may make up for it a bit. Alright, now is when I think I need to charge. So let's start moving everyone up. He did already attempt to use his convert, so I probably want to kill him, but then immediately go after one of the other... Immediately go after that guy who's more in the back. Which is actually kind of annoying. Maybe I can stun the one in the back if I get really lucky. I got him. Okay, good. Yes, okay, he's stunned, so he can't... I don't have to worry about any converts on this turn. So Forge Priest and Apprentices are the only others remaining, which means I can fairly safely take this guy out, I think. Alright. And then the spiders... Okay, we're going to Devastating Charge those Apprentices there. Get that killing momentum and move up. And the spiders can go after... Do I want to go after... You know what? I'm going to try to web this one. Okay, then I can try to web this guy. And then it's just... Then it's just free hits at this point. Need to remember to heal. So... Oh, wait. I also have Dominate. Let's not forget about that. So that was pointed out to me in the comments, too. Dominate, the Druid has with the Bucket of Domination, but it's kind of buried under other stuff because she's got so many other abilities. But I do have that back there, and I definitely could use an Apprentice. We'll take that High Elf one there, I think, if I can get it. Can she curse? She could try to curse, yeah, and it's got good chance of working on the High Elf, too, so I'll do that instead. He's webbed for quite a while, so in fact, with both those spiders there, he's not going anywhere. Is Freezing Touch lower? No, but it does give my Ice Queen XP, so may as well make use of it. Alright, the rest of this, I think that the Forge Priest can just go, and we're going to just try to cheese with Curse and see if we can dominate this guy. In the meantime, let's give a Nourishing Meal to the Mammoth and keep piling on as much XP for all these different people as possible. That. And I've already used Sun Spear. We'll keep both those spiders ready. Alright, let's try to web again. And let's try a curse again. Please, please work. I think I might have to actually do some damage to this thing to keep the battle from ending. Okay, well, we'll leave that unit there. And then use up as much movement as possible. And then just in case, I'll toss just a little hit to reset that timer. So I'm not sure that Curse does. I can never remember, but we'll go ahead and hold turn. Oh, I should have touched by faith on something. Oh, come on. It's a 63% chance that I failed 3 times in a row. Give me a break. This is at this point just wasting my time. It's not going to change the result of the battle at all. Alright, whatever. Touch by faith on that guy. Get a level. I guess it's not bad for me because it is giving my Druid more XP because she's got so many abilities to use. The White Witch is actually fine where she's at. I don't think there's anything else she can do to level. Could you please? Thank you. Okay. I'm gonna do one more hit just to make sure damage is being dealt. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna awaken Spirit first, because I haven't done that with the Druid. And then I'm gonna try the Dominate. Okay. So for that, I actually have to go in here. It's a 65% chance, even though they're cursed, so here's hoping for the best. They resisted that, because of course they did. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna feed XP to the spider then. Or maybe to Hildy. So 617 out of 700. Can she get any more this battle? Let's test that, actually. That put her at 600 and... Oh, she's still at 617. That melee attack didn't give her anything, so we'll give XP to the spider instead. That's annoying. I could have really used another guy with Men Magical Being, but you know, whatever. Rally of the Populace, okay. Close that. Gave me a small amount of XP, which doesn't really matter. And we'll go back to researching sorcery, most likely. And those guys are stuck there. That was as much as they could move for this turn. Hildy did upgrade, which means I can finally give her healing at long last. Select that. And what else do I want on her? I'll have her... I need more druid levels on her for some of their more powerful druid spells, so I'll probably just save the remaining action points. Alright, well, you guys are hanging in there better than I thought you would, so props for that, but you really got to get out of that area. Like, because I think I counted out the spaces, and they were within 14 spaces of that camp, too, so I didn't really want to mess with that. Where did those other dragons come from? Was that a boneyard I cleared in a previous episode? No, that was probably that one, which is still going to threaten the Naga city now that I think of it. Dang. Well, I'm going to plan on stationing units in that area anyway. I think I'm just going to have these guys cross the river and just go all out after, or join the armies here and just send a whole bunch of crap up to get rid of those dragons. I really just need them gone. Alright, Settler is done. Yeah, Builder's Hall there, or a Master's Guild there is fine, I think. They don't have a magic library, do they? No? Okay. I think what I'm going to do, and this is something I actually meant to do before the end of the last turn, but I guess I'll let another Ice Queen finish. But I want to make some Frostling apprentices in this city. It was brought to my attention that Mend Magical Being would be like super helpful, especially for some of the floating summon, like random summons like that other army I have with the Node Serpents and Phantasm Warriors that's super weak. Having a unit with Mend Magical Being would be great, and because apprentices can float, that would be even more handy. So, because they could keep up and float across the river and stuff. So I think I'm going to make at least some apprentices in this city, but we'll let one more Ice Queen finish first. I'm okay with the Builder's Hall there. I probably should get the public baths queued up. And let's keep exploring with this little guy. Looking for that Holy Grail, which would be the Volcanic, Heart of the Volcano. Alright, with the elf there coming down. They got a long ways to go. For now, this is fine. And this Ice Queen is going to go up and help with the anti-dragon efforts up top, I think. You know what? So is this Engineer. In fact, I'm just going to send a lot of my generally mixed random units that are lying around in that general direction. Oh, he's got Mountaineering, so we can shortcut right across there. I'm going to send a lot of them just kind of generally to this center area, because I'm just going to hit this hard with everything I've got and make sure that's under my control. I might even send my Queen's Army over there to help out. There's a few things I would like her to clear over here just to get the rewards from them, but she can kind of work her way up that direction, generally speaking. So that's fine for now. We can get the warg underground. He's going to help scout things out down here. And I do have at least one apprentice down here, magical being. He's nowhere near where I need him to be right now, but he can start working his way over there. And then let's see, I think this guy was sort of hitting, yeah, he sort of hit a point where he couldn't dig any further, so we'll have him get these tiles and then start heading back. Alright. That was half of Iggy's army. I forgot I split them up by accident, so they're going to come over here. And I think I'm going to let them take a turn to chill. They're pretty beat up, and Iggy does have a healing item now, so he can help with that. So I'll let him kind of help patch people up for like one turn probably. They can't move anymore on this turn anyway, so we'll give them some rest. As for this guy, I'm going to have him go meet the Naga. Iggy's going to clear out this area, so he'll see what else is in here. I'm really hoping it's like a dungeon or an enchanted armory, something that would be nice for orcs. But the Draconian can go meet the Naga city up there. And I think yep, that's a dead end down there for the monkey, so he can probably go, where should he go? There's a lot of walls in the way. I think maybe I'll send the monkey straight north and just see what he finds. This Goblin Untouchable can come back here, and there is more to dig back here. I don't know how much of it I want to dig out, but there's... Wait, I don't think he can reach it, though. No, it's all blocked off, and there's a farm in the way. Otherwise, it's blocked off by rock cavern walls, so I guess that's fine. We'll just have him go this way. Okay, so my elf city, or the fort for my elf city is done. We're going to upgrade that to stone right away. And I'm going to start working on those roads that Impregnable was talking about. What I'm probably going to do with this guy is build the road up this direction and then connect this one going back to my Frostling city. And then I think I'm going to have him go straight up here and start building a path out to sort of what is becoming the front line. You can tell me about this quest, but I'm probably going to decline it. Yeah, that's way out of my way and not worth a human priest. Alright, Master's Guild is being produced. I should queue something else up there. So let's do a storehouse. I'm just going to start working towards grand palaces in several cities. I've got the money to do it, and I really need casting points. Alright, I can cast a spell on this turn, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to summon a Phantasm Warrior on this turn down in the Dwarf City, which is where I want to kind of start clearing for Firstborns. Because that's what I was talking about doing, because there's a lot of Halfling Manticores in there, and the Phantasm Warriors are going to handle that just fine. So we'll do another Phantasm Warrior there, and then at this point, because the Wraith near the Naga city, that guy should be dead on the next turn, I think. He's only got 10 health left. How much is Glyphs of Warding actually doing? 16 shock damage. He'll be dead on the next turn, so I'm going to summon another Wisp, just for cheap, and that'll be ready on the next turn. Then it can just run out. I'll summon it, kill the camp, and then that's at least one less undead camp I have to worry about. I'm really lucky that was in the borders of this Naga city. That made this whole process a lot easier. Let me throw down a quick save, and there we go, and end turn. And we'll look at some more of the comments for this week, or at least from last week. So we talked about the Pikeman City spots. We talked about the Ice Queens. A few people correcting me that they're not cavalry, so they don't benefit from the Rider's Hall, but they are mounted, so they do benefit from the Spring of Life. So clarity on that, which makes this city just that much better at being like an ultimate Ice Queen city, because they're gonna have Resurgence, they're gonna have Magic Library bonuses, and they're gonna have Spring of Life bonuses. That's just incredible, and this needs to be a very high priority. We talked about Druid Dominate, Boru Pogobog. mention that well, this is more just like a user interface thing, but I didn't realize that I can do this with the comma and semicolon keys, so thanks to him for that. I'll try to remember to do that, but I frequently forget to use hotkeys in strategy games. From Giannis, MPA, convert chance can reach 100%. I was wrong about that in the last episode. I remember saying something about how I think it maxed out at 95 because I was trying to convert something and I got it up to 95. I have seen it reach 100 before. I'm pretty sure Giannis is right about that, so fair correction there. From Salty Sailor, a few apprentices. He was the one who suggested getting a few apprentices that could help keep the isolated army of summons alive, which is what I'm going to be working on in my big Frostling city over here shortly, and in the long term, the Draconian city here. From Blurry Intervision, he was the one who suggested ghoul cursing the Evangelist, which I'm going to try to do on the next turn. Cookie was the one who pointed out that Black Bolts and then the other book that I had for my Necromancer were stacking on top of each other. I had 2 sources of Black Bolts and I really only needed 1, which that's what sent me down the line of thinking to realize that I should probably give that book to Zari, who has it now. And then Athena Tenno, a correction. I talked about having a backstab item on Iggy and swapped it out for something else because Iggy already had backstab. Backstab stacks, so you can actually have backstab ×2. It might stack beyond that, although I don't know if you can get items to stack it beyond that, but you can at least get it to ×2. So yeah, fair correction on Athena's part there. From Impregnable, was the one who reminded me that dwarf cities get happiness from dirt walls. So I'll try to stop digging up too many of those around dwarf cities. Goblin cities, too, for that matter. Wait, I don't know if goblins do. Theirs is wetlands. I'm not sure if they like dirt walls, but they do like wetlands. Yeah, goblins is wetlands, not dirt walls. From Impregnable was the one who suggested making road networks, which I think is a great idea, and I'll be getting into that full force here very soon. So I've got 2 more builders on the way. From Sarah Feingold, interesting suggestion. Asked whether I could keep a panicked unit from fleeing. Oh, come on. And the monkey's got throw poop. Whatever. Just auto it. I can't get scouts out in this area. They're freaking... Alright, I'll have to summon one. I'm going to be summoning another one in the Naga City, and I'll try to keep it over the water as much as I can. The problem is they have to go over the land if I want to see what's on the land. Whatever. We'll just auto that. I'm not going to waste my time with it. The monkey can throw stuff at it. They'll chase him down. Sarah was also the one who advised me to focus on sorcery casting points, which I think was a good idea. And also advised that it may be a good idea to make some Tiger and Apprentices instead of Mystics, because the apprentices get men magical being. That's a little bit more down the line, but it is something I'm working on in this Tigran city here. So eventually this one will have apprentices and mystics. I'll probably be able to make both here. In fact, it could start doing that soon, because it's already hit a point. How much does it actually cost to build those guys? How much does a Tigran apprentice cost? I actually want to look this up because I might not need the Master's Guild. Tigran apprentice is 95 and 20. Is the Master's Guild going to actually make a difference? I don't think it will. 95 plus 20. It's going to be 2 turns regardless. I think I probably should just make the Sorcerer's Conflux here now. And then I could start making some Tigran apprentices down here. I am going to need the Magic Academy. And as the city grows, a Master's Guild may actually become more important. But yeah, I think I'm going to take a break from what I was doing and probably get the Sorcerers. We'll get the Magic Academy and then the Sorcerers. Actually, we'll do that the other way around because the Sorcerer's Conflicts does give a little bit of mana, so it makes sense to build that one first. Frostling Race Governance, level up. Mammoth Riders are cheaper to produce and have more melee damage, or more... Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the economic one, because I know I have a surplus of mana now, but later in the game I probably won't, because I'll have so many summons everywhere. So I think having the extra mana is probably the right call. Mammoths are nice, but they're not really a staple unit of my military, so I'm going to... Then again, I could make them in the... same... No, Ice Queens are going to be my go-to, so yeah, this is the right choice, I think, the extra mana. Speaking of extra mana, I hit my surplus again because I forgot to modify tiles in between last turn and this one. I have to keep an eye out because this city is going to spend a lot of mana. It'll be like 300 for that next item, so I want to make sure I have enough for that. But for now, actually, let's start by doing this, because I've had enough of this city's crap. If I had summoned Zari 2 turns away from the city, by the way, down there I could have done that magic library battle already, but she still wouldn't have been able to move, so it wouldn't have saved me that much time. Go here, get rid of that friggin' crap, and let's see, shock protection and 2 defense, or the bracelet. I kind of like the boots, but I don't care about the bracelet. I'm going to be able to make better boots eventually anyway. I'll just sell for gold. We are making a lot of money, but we're also spending a lot of money, so I'll go ahead and just sell. They probably have lost souls, so I think they do, actually. I'm pretty sure I checked that earlier, so I'm going to just, like, send these guys away. Like, directly away. But at least we managed to snipe that dumb camp, so I don't have to worry about it spawning more. I just have to deal with the dragons that are already there. Alright, you guys go here. I'm at this point halfway questioning whether they should just go up with everybody and clear, like, a bunch of this stuff. I feel like my sorcerer is going to be better at that in the long term, but this is like... You know what? I am going to just send the druid up this way. It makes more sense because she's closer, and I'm already doing a lot of stuff out here. I need to get rid of that camp. I want to have the Naga city firmly under my control. I think my leader can come back through here and maybe clear that library and that other structure. But right now, with the druid already being here, I think this makes more sense. Yeah, we'll do this. I'm pretty sure my leader's army already has... I think they already have spirit protection too. Well, I mean, that guy does anyway, but like, yeah, they have spirit protection too, so it's just as safe for them to clear libraries. I'll still have them go up here and take out some of this stuff. Yeah, because I'm gonna get some rewards out of that I wouldn't mind having. And sorcery, I can get sorcery 6 in 1 turn, which is fantastic. I think I'll do that. Most likely. We'll wait until the end of the turn before selecting research. But yeah, these guys will go ahead and take them out. This is a very likely victory. I'm probably close to the point where I can auto-combat, but I don't feel like I'm quite there yet. So we'll manual for now, just to be on the safe side. There are 2 firstborns in here, so it's worth taking this fight seriously. Plus, I can't always dominate something, which is always fun. In fact, who do I want to dominate? I mean, I want to dominate a firstborn, but you can't because they have mind control immunity. So maybe I'll settle for that boar rider there. Let's see if I can maybe daze him or stun him or something. Nope. Alright, well then, you guys can... Whoops. No. Defense. Walk past that Eldritch Horror if you wish. Those guys can fight the giant, so I'll block the path with him. I'll use the Yeti to sort of defend my queen. And... actually should have used Frozen Flames on her first, but that's okay. That looks like a solid enough setup. This battle should be mostly a pushover, but we'll see. Oh, he really wants to go after that Yeti. Okay. Oh my gosh, that was just a poor decision. You're deep guard. You don't go charging into the frost giant on defense. That's not gonna work. Okay, the firstborn is frozen. Okay, cool. Did the boar rider die? Where'd the boar rider go? Did he die and I just didn't notice it? Or is he sneaking around somewhere and it should say here lies something on one of these tiles. That's what I'm mousing over looking for. I legit didn't even see him die if he did die. I have no idea where he went. Okay, well, man, I wish I could dominate that thing. I guess I'll just beat the crap out of him with the Yeti. And I'm going to use you to harass probably that guy. In fact, I'm gonna get him out of there. That way, this guy will hopefully run around and go after the giant. I would rather have him beating on the giant than anything else. And I can probably get rid of these little nuisances over here. In fact, what I'm going to do is fly the Sphinx behind. We'll do a nice big hit there, and then let them finish the job. Alright, those guys have regeneration, so I don't need to worry about healing them quite as much. Although it would still give XP for the sorcerer, so probably not a bad idea. I'm going to just use the Eldritch Horror to get some XP off this firstborn here. And let's see, we'll use healing on the Yeti. And I'm going to try to freeze these guys with the White Witches, but maybe on the next turn, maybe not quite yet. I guess I may as well try to dominate the Prospector and send them underground. Did the Eldritch Horror take any damage at all? Okay. Any damage at all means you get healed. Alright. Free units, I guess. Sandals of Flight give floating. Those are actually somewhat useful items. They're also worth a lot more. I am going to take those because the Sandals of Flight make for a very useful item in the right circumstances. I'm not sure who I want to give them to yet, but they might need to go on. Let's see, who could really benefit from having the ability to float if needed? Iggy probably more than anyone. At least right now, because he's got 2 floaters in his army. Then again, I think my leader's got 1. Although technically the White Witch can go across the water because I think she's got swimming, yeah. Well, actually she's a support unit, so she should have floating too. Or is it just, maybe it's just the apprentices that have floating. Yeah, I don't think she does. I don't see it listed in there, unless I'm missing it. Okay, well, let me quick save, because for a second there I just thought the game was about to freeze. That made me paranoid. I think I'll give him to Iggy. I could see that being potentially handy for him. I think she, as a sorcerer, can just get floating anyway from a hero upgrade, so we'll send that to Iggy. And, oh wait, don't want to select a skill to research yet. We do have another hero join offer, and it's an elf warlord. Show me your talents. What have you got? I did want a warlord. He's got ranged command. It's not great, but I do really, really want a warlord. I just didn't really want it to be an elf. I was, to be honest, I was hoping for Karzen again, but this is the last hero I'm gonna get, right? I guess I'll take him. I don't think he has anything special aside from ranged command, as far as I can tell. I think this is my last hero, because I've got the Druid, I've got Iggy, I've got... Oh, my main hero doesn't count. I've got Zari, I've got the Necro. This would be the 5th one. So whoever I get here is it. That's all I get for this game. And I don't think I want it to be this guy. I mean, I'll take him. Because there's no guarantee I'm going to get anybody better. I should probably just be happy with a Warlord, so we'll take it. Now, where does he need to go? That's a good question. Probably, you know, I want him to join this army here, actually. They've been in need of some help for a while now, so I'll have him head up that way. And I think I should be able to give him the combat medic promotion. So at the very least, or field medic. So yeah, he can help patch those guys up, which they desperately need it. I'm going to go ahead and give him all the good melee fighting stuff. So I guess, well, actually, we'll start off with probably a general stat upgrade for just about everything. Resistance, melee strength, probably not ranged. Even though he is an elf, I would probably rather turn him into a melee fighter just because he's a warlord. So we'll give him more melee strength, which I think I just did. Yeah, I did. I'll give him a little more health on top of that, just to bump it up to 60. And then we'll give him defense command, which is great, and martial arts, which is good. And probably should give him melee command eventually, but we'll do war cry. Just kind of round him out a little bit. Okay, you guys can keep going this way. And I can finish my road to this city with this guy. And then we'll move him here and start building a road back this direction, which will go connect those cities. And I also have more builders now, so I can... This guy is going to work on a different road, which is going to go up towards the Orc City. And then the builder here, I'm going to have move this way and go to that fort. Actually, he could start building a road from here, now that I think of it. Yeah, he may as well build a road like this and connect it to this bridge. And then go towards the fort like this. We can go one more, right? Okay. Actually, I probably should have that slanting up. Alright, well, I'll probably end up making sort of like a T or a triangle-shaped intersection here with this fort that'll go a multitude of multiple different directions. Alright, well, at least I've got infrastructure improvement now going on. Hopefully this will help people move around a bit faster. The Frostling Ice Queen is done here, so we'll do the Sorcerer's Conflux next. In the meantime, this Ice Queen will probably head out. I'm going to have her go more like this way, I think. Actually, I probably should have had her take the low road. But yeah, she's going to go more like kind of this direction and maybe try to join up with these armies out here. Observatory is done here, and I've already got stuff queued up there, so we're good to go. Here I need to switch for the War Hall. And done with the builder there, working on hospital, done with the builder here, public baths, that's fine. Storehouse here, then working on siege workshop, that's okay. I probably need to have other stuff queued afterwards though, so let's get maybe this city be able, once that's done, that'll give plus 10, and they would need for the laboratory. Well, I don't really need the laboratory though, although I do still want my cities to grow, and I'm going to need grand palaces, so I'll need it eventually anyway. But public baths I probably want to get first, public baths and hospital. Unfortunately, that's not going to really matter with just the Siege Workshop. I kind of need a Master's Guild there, so we'll do public baths for now, but I'll probably switch that. Maybe I'll get lucky and get it for free. Master's Guild here is being worked on. We'll do the Shrine next. And probably a temple here after the public baths. But most likely I'll be switching out, focusing on growth stuff for the most part. The main invasion, where'd you guys come from? I don't think they can reach me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't think they will be able to reach me. If this was a haunted boneyard, it would be able to, but I don't think they can. So I should be okay. Siege Workshop is done here. Or no, it's working on the Siege Workshop. Same thing. We'll do public baths and then probably switch to a Master's Guild instead. All right. Can discuss joint offer from these guys. You know what? For this city, maybe. I'm normally worried about cities like this getting picked off, or having like a computer discover them. But this one being in the middle of the water, that might actually be okay. I think I'm gonna go ahead and accept this. No, I can't do that yet. Okay, what I need is a wisp. I need another wisp in this area to scout out to see whether there's any pirate threats nearby. If there is, then I can't really accept that. But if there's not, then I should be okay. Scouting out here is kind of dangerous business because I could meet a computer if I'm not careful. I want this. Haste berries, then come back down. Just as long as there's no pirates in the area, I should be okay. On the next turn, I might have be able to gauge that a little better, because I can send them south more. All right, we're getting close to the end of the turn. I think I feel comfortable going and selecting sorcery again, so let's do that. I am going to get a little magic boost from the magic library, but it won't be enough to get anything. Actually, what I should do is do an invoke extraordinary mount first, because I am going to have another magic library fight here, and then I can switch that. This guy needs to build a fort right... Yeah, where do I want it? Maybe either here or here. I don't know if there's any difference, but this does get me slightly closer to the... It would get me slightly closer to that. But the Elf City is actually going to get that, so probably not necessary. Maybe better to have it more just right on the road here. Yeah, this is fine. Build a fortress right there. Okay. And probably should just park right next to him, I guess, in case the undead come down and decide to cause trouble. I'm gonna do some stuff with my mana here. I'm gonna terraform a bit. So we'll sow salt, because I'm gonna pick up that mana on this turn. Can I sow salt here? Anything to make them happier? I could sow a bunch in the Orc City. I could do that. Yeah, spare no expense. We will just clear all of that, turn that all into salty wastelands, just like orcs love. And we'll do the same thing with the Tigran City over here. We'll keep clearing that out. I want to just spend a bunch of mana here. Alright, now I do have a big mana expense coming up on the next turn, so that's probably enough. And then with that being done, what I can do is move these guys up here. And then move this guy in right behind him, so they're kind of in a triangle formation with the builder. And the Yeti will just have to go as far as he can, I guess. The settler will be there on the next turn. But I might upgrade the stone forts first before planting the settler there. And you know what? Being here is a better spot anyway, because it's that much closer to the magic library. So yeah, I think that's a good spot. And then you guys are going to have fights. You know what? I've got fights with the druid coming up. I've got fights with the... I got fights with these guys down here coming up. But I've gone a bit over for this episode by 10 to 15 minutes, I think. So I think I'm going to have to call it here. I normally like to end at the end of a turn, but in this case, it's just not going to work out because there's too much going on this turn. So we'll go ahead and save it here. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying. I'm planning on doing 2 more today. So again, this was the first of another set of 3. So expect some more coming soon. Aside from that, I'll thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Blitz, Braden, Dawson Horner, Jimbro, Schbonglefan, Tarsak, and Tibby and Army. Thanks so much, everybody.